I mean, how do you feel about Nick Cannon walking away from America's Got Talent? I mean, because that was a, what was he, like $5 million a year or something to do that? It was some big check.
How much money do you really need? I think Nick Cannon worth about $40 million.
Yeah, easy.
Easy. He's fucking worth 40 fucking million. How many million? 2 million can last you down near half your life if you know how to spend it right. You can't. Not in L.A. I ain't talking about here. Fuck L.A.
Right.
The L.A. is too expensive. Fucking, you get a shack for $2 million here, but I could take that 2 fucking million, go right where I live in Texas right now, and buy a fucking neighborhood.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the thing about it is, Nick Cannon produced. He was fucking producing Nickelodeon, Wild 'N Out, producing.
Oh, no, he's an executive at Viacom.
The fuck he walk away from? He took a break? Fuck, he could. Yeah. Matter of fact, why don't he just go on and hire me to do it, take his place on America's Got Talent? I'll do it for him. He has the power. He ain't, fuck it. You know, let me just say this. I hope I'll probably get in trouble, whatever. Fuck NBC. I'm going to just tell you just like this. NBC will try to control the fuck out. They still think they're a powerhouse, really, but they evil on some aspects. And I say that, you know, not trying to start no shit. I was on Last Common Standing. I appreciate what they did for me. I thank it, but they try to control everything. You know, and to me, how do you try to control? Because basically, what John Larroquette said back in the day, television wasn't shit but to sell soap. It was just there for the commercials. The commercials is what TV is for. If ain't shit else, that's why the internet is blowing up, because they started getting commercials. That's the only reason we around, for a commercial to sell the shit they want to sell, from Gatorade to lemonade to Minute Maid. And the thing about it is, with him and with me and my experience with Last Comic Standing, I enjoyed it. But once I got to the finals, they was dictating who they wanted to win. It was dictating. Come on, man. I was clobbering that shit. I was a new jack in the mainstream world. I knew I was winning because when we went on tour, I was in places like Beverly, Beverly, Massachusetts. I don't know if there's any brothers in Beverly, Massachusetts, but they had Lavell Crawford signs up. We love you, we love you. And I appreciate Beverly, Massachusetts. Because when I go up to those places, them people come out in groves because they watch me on Last Common Standing. It's all a benefit. It's a give and take. But they controlled it. They controlled it like with Amy Schumer. You know, we both did well on there, but Amy Schumer blew up like this. Like skyrocket. And Amy Schumer still on her last stand-up, she got fucking shitted on about because she stole some jokes. And I love Amy, good friend. She cool. I don't talk to her no more since she became super famous. But it's okay. God bless her. You know, hey, she probably people pulling at her all day, you know. But she blew up like this. I blew up like this. But why we didn't both blow up? Because NBC, and I took second. I took runner-up behind the Hemi guy. Really? Come on. He was doing okay on there. I love John Reed, but fuck that. He know he did win. He was shocked where he was, too. I was just like, I knew the shit. And then Ralphie May said, they ain't gonna let no fat guy win. I said, no, that ain't have shit to do with you. Maybe in your case, I was fat and I was black, and they wasn't gonna let me win. And then after that, when it kept on getting fucked over, they started letting black guys win. And when Lonzo Bowden won, it got canceled. Then they brought it back again. I think they let another black guy win, which was hilarious, and you don't never see him. And then I think Rodman won the last time, and then they would let another black guy win. I was like, what is that all about? Why are they doing that? But it's not as viable as it was, because Last Common Standing at one time could change your life, and it changed my life, you know. But NBC, he's okay. I don't think it was a bad move. You think it was a bad move?
Well, I mean, not really. I mean, because I remember he called me right when that shit broke, and he was like, what do you think? And I'm like, well, I suggested he get some more information before he made a decision. because the whole thing was blowing up and there was everything. He goes, you know something, man? Like, I'm not doing this shit for the money. Right. You know, if I don't feel like this goes with my moral code, fuck the money. You know, and he talked about how, like, when Dave Chappelle left the Chappelle show, he kind of became a legend. You know what I'm saying? 2 black people.
Right.
You know, because when you know, we don't exactly know. I mean, I know Dave a little bit. Me and him talk every so often. You know, I went to a show this one time. You know, we hung out backstage and we got to really, like, really meet each other for the first time. But, you know, like, the story I'd always heard was that he left the Chappelle show because he felt like the white executives were starting to laugh at him, and they were trying to sort of push the more kind of coonish type material with him, and he finally just had enough of it and just left.
Yeah, and I think, see, you get caught in a storm, man, when you play on the racial jokes a lot, because you got to understand they. See, the thing about it, when you black and you know the racism still exists and it's still holding on in some aspect, and you joking, you joke about it on the show, but you trying to make a point, but you joking, but then you see people that ain't black laughing at it and they're getting comfortable with what you're doing, thinking, oh, it's okay. It's just like a woman comedian, female. I've seen female comedians do this. They'll talk about sex, and they'll talk, yeah, man, a man dick, blah, blah, and then they get off stage, and some brothers like, yeah, I heard you like dick, so what's up? You know, and then they're like, motherfucker, you better get away from me. That's sexual harassment. You don't talk. The dude blow. He's like, oh my God, I thought you was a hoe. You ain't a hoe. You just make jokes about it. Yes. Yeah, I'm making jokes about it, motherfucker, but I'm not okay with the racism, okay? I'm not cool with it, you know? And that's where people don't get it. Yeah, I'm joking about it because I'm laughing at my pain, but the shit is still bad, you know? And that's where I think people get mixed up, because you don't know. You gotta give them the contrary so that they'll understand that you look, man, yeah, it's funny, but it's still fucked up. And
right.
That's why it's funny, because it is fucked up.
Because it's fucked up, right? I mean, because I remember when Dave did the blind black white supremacist.
Yeah.
It was just so brilliant on so many different levels, because it's racist, but it's making fun of racism, but it's actually talking about some real racism, and you know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you something. The thing about that, though, he's touching on something bigger than just somebody that don't have eyesight. They may not have brain sight, because trust me, I fish, okay? I love fishing. I'm a bass fisher, but I found out the best fucking fishing is in neighborhood private lakes, where people, these neighborhoods where they got these ponds and shit, and they be full and I fish for largemouth bass. I love that. And I see no fishing, but I be like, fuck it, I'm gonna go on in there anyway. And somebody say something, I say, I live around here, what neighborhood? Well, I make up something. Sometimes I get away with it, sometimes I don't. So, but lo and behold, many times, the only black, person that lives in that neighborhood be the one harassing you, and the one that call the police on you faster than the white folk. They won't say nothing. Maybe they come and say, hey, you know that guy down there? Or whatever. But they come out, you ain't supposed to be down here. This ain't your neighborhood. You live around here.
Like Uncle Ruckus.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Uncle Ruckus. Exactly. Jordan Peele. Uncle Ruckus. And but that's the same thing that what he does.
Uncle Ruckus is the Boondocks.
No, but Jordan Peele does the voice.
No, Uncle Ruckus is Gary Anthony Williams. Like the Boondocks. I was lucky enough to actually play myself on the Boondocks.
Did you?
I was a kid. Yeah. They actually, because I was real cool with one of the head writers, and he put me in as DJ Vlad. It was like it was an episode where Thugnificent was beefing with like this new Soulja Boy rapper. Okay. I don't know if you remember that episode, but they went on VladTV to air out their beefs, which happens sometimes.
I remember that. I remember that whole thing.
Yeah. And I got to play myself. They made me into a cartoon, but I felt like the Boondocks kind of took the baton from the Chappelle Show after the Chappelle Show, you know.
They did. And you know, the thing about it, I love the Boondocks, but I was so mad they ain't never let me do a character on that. So he kept on saying he was going to let me do one on that. I was like, motherfucker, come on, man. Because I done the Squidbillies. I done Aqua Teen Hunger. I said, come on, man. I love it because I love that show. I love how the art is. The art is amazing. You know?
No, they actually, because I remember I met up with them. All that art was done in South Korea.
Really?
Because they wanted it to be Kung Fu style artwork, and you can't get that in America that actually looks authentic, like the anime. You know what I'm saying? So they actually had all that. If you look at like all the producers and stuff, they're all like Korean.
And
you know what I'm saying?
After you say that does make sense because the colors and stuff were so beautiful.
Right.
It was great.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if you look at all the fighting scenes and all that, it looks like a real, you know, Asian comic book. You know
I
what I'm
thought
saying?
they was gonna bring it back though, man. I don't know what.
You know what it was? The two creators, Aaron Magruder and Carl Jones, just kept kind of clashing. Right. You know, Carl Jones was my homie. You know, that's who put me on the show.
Okay.
And matter of fact, this is a story not a lot of people know. I am somewhat the reason why that show got canceled because.
Thanks a lot.
I probably shouldn't say this because what happened was I was on the show and Complex had done an interview with me because they saw me in the trailer. So they asked me a few questions about the show, and I told them a few very general things. I didn't let go any specific information or whatever else. And then like Carl Jones was doing some of the voiceovers, and he said that Aaron Magruder stormed in and started yelling at him, was like, yo, what the fuck is this DJ Vlad dude doing interviews for about the shit, blah, blah. And he said that was just the final straw. He said, man, fuck this shit.
What?
that was the end of that.
Oh,
you know,
man.
and Carl Jones went on to do a lot of really dope shit. He did Black Dynamite.
Yeah. Yeah,
that was dope.
That was good. That was great too. And he got the same art in that. I seen that he got the same art.
Yeah, exactly.
Man.
Exactly.
And they took that off. I was like, man, like some of the shit that you want to watch, man, they just like they snatch it.
They take it off.
I got the DVDs because they gave. I went down to the Atlanta where they do all the Adult Swim, and I went in the vault and I got to snatch all the shit I wanted out of that. So I got all them. I got all them, the Boondocks and everything.